Today's event concludes a week-long exercise of bidding farewell to the late President Magufuli. Wailing mourners filled the streets, laying garments on the road, with some even throwing themselves on the ground. Some waved tree branches while others were seen kneeling down in prayer with posters inscribed, "The Hero of Africa," something that was also echoed in the speeches of the day. Security has been beefed up inside and outside the Magufuli Stadium to control the influx of people ahead of the burial event. Authorities in Chato are urging the elderly, those with underlying health conditions, and children to stay home and follow events through their televisions. President Magufuli will be laid to rest on Friday afternoon. Isaac Lukando, SABC, Dar es Salaam.
And now let us talk to our correspondent in Tanzania, Isaac Lukando, who now joins us. Good morning and welcome to the show. We see that proceedings are currently underway.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me. Proceedings are indeed underway. It is a public holiday here in Tanzania. It's one of two public holidays that were announced in this 21-day period of mourning that was announced last Friday by the new president, Samia Suluhu Hassan. The last public holiday was on Monday when the body of the late president, Dr. John Magufuli, was in Dodoma, the capital city, and today, where we expect the body of the late president to be buried in his hometown of Chato. So Tanzanians are mostly at home following proceedings through their television sets. And of course, Chato being a small place, it is relatively packed, but authorities there had asked that if you can watch it at home, then kindly do so to avoid overcrowding, because throughout the week when we've seen the body going through to various places in the country, about 4 cities including Zanzibar, we've seen huge crowds necessitating the armed forces to intervene, to keep people at bay, to make sure that there is some sort of order. So this is the situation that we find ourselves in today. Right now, what you're seeing, if you are seeing images, those images are of a Catholic mass that is going on, one of 2 that has that have taken place today. The first one being a private mass involving the family early on this morning, and now this is a more general one. The president, the prime minister, former presidents are in attendance at this mass, and after this mass we expect some other activities related to the burial to begin. We expect, of course, some speeches in that respect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just looking at those visuals as well, and considering the package that you filed earlier on around concerns and the government really calling on the elderly not to attend this particular event, and also children not to attend this event, but there's also this gathering that's taking place, and it's taking place en masse. How do you think the government is able to control these numbers, number one, but is there still a concern around the COVID-19?
Well, matters of COVID-19 are not being discussed at the moment. What people have been told is to just take precautions on their own. I think the government is more concerned about the huge numbers of people that have been showing up on the streets. They're just massive numbers that we've been seeing in each and every city that the body has been passing through. And some of these people have, been showing their emotions differently. Some of them throwing themselves on the ground, throwing garments. Some of them wailing, putting up posters. We've seen all manner of expression of the grief that the nation is currently feeling. And so the government has tried to limit, obviously because of space, how many people will get to attend today's event. It's mostly national leaders and of course some of the guests that have come from outside the country. We are not sure how many those are, but we do know that the nation's top leaders are there and top government officials are there, and some residents of Chato. Of course, residents of Chato had been given an opportunity to pay last respects yesterday. We saw in an orderly fashion they were able to give those last respects. We weren't sure whether they would be given an opportunity, but in the end I think they thought that they could handle the situation, and that went rather smoothly.
Okay, then thank you so much for that, Isaac Lukando there, joining us as the funeral proceedings are currently underway of the late Tanzanian President John Magufuli, who will be buried this afternoon.